Right now, millions of people over 40 are eating foods they think are normal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Completely unaware these meals are triggering sharp joint pain, stiffness, and mobility loss. What if I told you that one simple food swap could reduce your inflammation by 30% in just 2 weeks? Joint pain isn't just about age. It's about what ends up on your plate. Your body has an internal alarm system, inflammation, and certain foods set it off like a fire alarm. When that alarm keeps going off, your joints pay the price. Cartilage breaks down faster, swelling gets worse, and you move less. Today, you'll discover exactly which everyday foods trigger joint inflammation, why they're so dangerous for anyone over 40, and, most importantly, the practical swaps and strategies that work today. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear framework to shop smarter, cook better, and actually feel the difference. Let's dig in. Section 1. The core mechanism. How food fuels joint inflammation. Before we talk about which foods to avoid, you need to understand how they damage your joints. Think of your joints like a precision machine. When everything's balanced, it runs smooth and silent. But certain foods, they pour the wrong fuel into that machine. Your body uses inflammation like a fire. It's protective in small doses, but when it rages out of control, it burns everything around it, including your joint tissue. Two main culprits activate this fire: refined sugars and unhealthy fats. Here's what happens inside. When you eat high glycemic foods, white bread, sugary drinks, processed snacks, your blood sugar spikes. Your pancreas pumps out insulin to manage it. But this process? It triggers your immune system to release inflammatory proteins called cytokines. These cytokines flood your joints, causing swelling, pain, and stiffness. Now add unhealthy fats to the mix. Trans fats and high omega-6 oils don't just sit passively. They literally change how your cell membranes work, making them more prone to inflammation. It's like replacing a fire-resistant coating with flammable material. After 40, your joints already produce less of the natural anti-inflammatory compounds your body needs. This is why the same foods that caused no problem at 25 suddenly trigger pain at 45. Your body's defense system weakens, so the inflammatory foods get through unchecked. But here's the breakthrough. If certain foods turn on inflammation, other foods can turn it off. And later, I'll show you the exact food swaps that do this. Section 2. The real costs. What happens when you keep eating these foods? Imagine two people, both 52 years old, both moderately active. One continues with sugary sodas, fried foods, and processed meat. The other switches to anti-inflammatory choices. Fast forward 5 years. Person A. Joint pain that wakes them up at night. Doctor visits become routine. They struggle to play with grandkids. They gain weight because movement hurts too much. Their cartilage has degraded noticeably on imaging. Person B. They have occasional manageable stiffness, especially on high-stress days. But they can hike, garden, and move without fear. Their inflammation markers are stable. The difference? Mostly diet. Here's what most people miss. Joint damage isn't your only problem. When you eat pro-inflammatory foods constantly, you're also weight gain. Sugary and fried foods are calorie-dense and less filling. You eat more, weigh more, and every extra pound puts direct pressure on your knees, hips, and lower back. A 10-pound weight gain can double the stress on your knees. Medication resistance. If you're already on arthritis medications, inflammatory foods can reduce their effectiveness. You're literally working against your own treatment. Metabolic dysfunction. Chronic inflammation linked to your diet increases insulin resistance and can accelerate type 2 diabetes. Now you have two inflammatory conditions feeding each other. Cardiovascular risk. The same inflammatory markers that damage joints also damage blood vessels. So these foods are harming your heart too. Most people try to simply avoid these foods and fail because they don't understand substitution. They cut out pizza, but don't know what satisfying alternative to reach for. So they cave. By the end of this video, you'll have that alternative ready. Section 3. The Action Framework, your 4-step anti-inflammatory reset. Okay, now the practical part. Here's your framework to reduce joint inflammation starting today. Step 1. Eliminate the big 3, weeks 1 to 2. Sugar-sweetened beverages, refined grains, white bread, white rice, pastries, and processed meat products. These 3 categories account for about 70% of dietary inflammation trigger in most people. Don't try to cut everything at once. Pick the one that's easiest for you to swap first. For many people, it's the sugary drinks. Sugary drinks. They hit your bloodstream fast, cause instant blood sugar spikes, and your body has to pump out massive amounts of insulin. The collateral damage is inflammation. Refined grains. They lack fiber, so they break down rapidly in your gut, again causing blood sugar chaos and triggering cytokine release. Processed meat. Ham, bacon, pepperoni, deli turkey. These are preserved with nitrates and often cooked at high temperatures, which creates advanced glycation end products. These compounds directly activate inflammatory pathways in your body. Sugar-sweetened drinks. Water, herbal tea, or small servings of natural juice. White bread. Whole grain bread, sourdough, or vegetable-based alternatives like lettuce wraps. Processed meat. Fresh fish, chicken breast, eggs, or legumes. Step 2. Rebalance your fats, weeks 2 to 4. Most people consume 15 times more omega-6 fatty acids than omega-3s. This imbalance is pro-inflammatory. You don't need to eliminate omega-6, you need to balance it. Vegetable oils high in omega-6. Grapeseed oil, corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil. Fried foods cooked in these oils. Processed snacks made with these oils. Olive oil, avocado oil, and coconut oil for cooking. Fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, 2 to 3 times per week. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. If you eat out frequently, ask restaurants to cook with olive oil or butter instead of seed oils. Many will accommodate. If you have a tight budget, canned salmon and mackerel are cheap, shelf-stable. Step 3. Add anti-inflammatory champions. Weeks 4+. You're not just removing bad foods, you're crowding them out with foods that actively fight inflammation. Leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, packed with vitamin K and polyphenols that reduce inflammatory markers. Berries. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries contain anthocyanins that suppress cytokine production. Fatty fish. Already mentioned but worth repeating for omega-3s. Colorful vegetables. Carrots, sweet potatoes, bell peppers. Carotenoids are powerful anti-inflammatory compounds. Legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas. High in fiber which feeds beneficial gut bacteria that reduce systemic inflammation. Turmeric and ginger. Curcumin in turmeric and gingerol in ginger are proven to reduce inflammatory markers comparable to some anti-inflammatory medications. Olive oil, a staple anti-inflammatory fat. Nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, anti-inflammatory fats and minerals that support joint health. Don't overthink this. Aim for half your plate to be vegetables at lunch and dinner. Snack on berries or almonds. Cook with olive oil. That's it for most people. If you have limited access to fresh produce, frozen vegetables and berries are just as nutrient-dense and often cheaper. If you dislike certain foods, don't force them. If you hate kale, eat spinach. If berries are expensive, eat other colorful fruits. Step 4. Strategic timing and portion control. ongoing. You can eat healthy foods but still trigger inflammation if portions are huge or if you eat pro-inflammatory foods right before bed. Protein portions. Your palm-sized serving of fish or chicken per meal. Excess protein, especially from processed sources, can increase uric acid and gout risk. Grain portions. A closed fist of whole grains per meal, not a bucket. Timing. Eat heavier meals earlier in the day. Your body processes food better when you're active. Late-night sugary or fatty foods sit in your gut longer and ferment, creating inflammatory byproducts. Water. Drink half your body weight in ounces daily. Dehydration concentrates inflammatory markers in your bloodstream. Section 4. Quick wins and common mistakes. You've got the framework. Now let me show you the shortcuts and the traps to avoid. Quick wins. Do these this week. Swap number 1. The breakfast hack. Replace sugary cereal or pastries with Greek yogurt, berries, and a sprinkle of walnuts. Same time to prepare. Dramatically lower inflammation trigger. Swap number 2. The snack fix. Keep almonds, walnuts, or apple slices with almond butter on hand instead of chips or cookies. When hunger hits, you've got an anti-inflammatory option ready. Swap number 3. The oil switch. Buy a bottle of extra virgin olive oil today. Tomorrow, use it instead of vegetable oil for cooking. One purchase, immediate impact. Swap number 4. The beverage reset. Replace 1 sugary drink per day with water or herbal tea. Small change, measurable reduction in inflammatory markers within days. Common mistakes people make. Mistake number 1. Going all or nothing. You don't need to be perfect. Eating clean 80% of the time is enough to see joint improvement. That other 20%? You'll survive a slice of pizza at a birthday party. It's consistency over perfection. Mistake number 2. Ignoring portion size. Healthy fats are still calorie-dense. A handful of nuts is anti-inflammatory. A bowl of nuts is just calories that lead to weight gain, which aggravates joints. Mistake number 3. Forgetting about gut health. Your gut bacteria influence your immune response and inflammation levels. Processed foods with artificial additives damage your gut lining, increasing systemic inflammation. Whole foods, especially fiber-rich vegetables and legumes, feed good bacteria and reduce inflammation from the inside out. Mistake number 4. Not tracking your response. Everyone's inflammation triggers are slightly different. Keep a simple food and symptom log for 2 weeks. Notice which foods genuinely make your joints worse. Your log is more valuable than any generic list. Mistake number 5. Skipping professional guidance. If you're on arthritis medications, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian before making major changes. Some supplements or food interactions can affect medication effectiveness. Here's what you now know. First, joint inflammation is largely controllable through diet. It's not just about getting older. It's about what fuel you put in your body. Second, the biggest wins come from eliminating 3 categories: sugary drinks, refined grains, and processed meat, and rebalancing your fats. Third, adding anti-inflammatory powerhouses like leafy greens, berries, and fatty fish doesn't require perfection. It just requires consistency. You don't have to live with chronic joint pain. The power to reduce inflammation and reclaim mobility is literally on your plate, starting with your next meal. If this video helped you, please like it, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss our next deep dive into joint health, longevity, and feeling young again, no matter your age. Leave a comment below. Which food swap are you going to try first? I read every comment, and your answer might inspire someone else watching. Next week, we're breaking down the one supplement that most people over 40 are deficient in, and how it's worsening your joints without you realizing it. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching Learn Daily. Take care of those joints. They're the only ones you get.